I've heard nothing about, I've heard nothing but Attack on Titan. It was all over Facebook, it was all over Twitter. Oh my god, Attack on Titan is so good. Oh my god, this is actually a really good show. And I was like, whatever, I'm busy, you know, because when something is that popular, I don't like to see those kind of shows because my expectations are really high.
They hype it up so much, it's like it's not going to live up to.
Exactly, so I just don't bother seeing it, and I just kept seeing it everywhere, even from people that are not big anime watchers, and so I was like, whatever. So then I get a very special email one day saying, hey, so audition, and blah blah blah, and I'm like, okay, cool. So I open up the audition and it's for Attack on Titan, and I'm like, wow, that's really cool. This is a huge show. Wow, awesome. So I audition and send it in, and then a couple of days later, or maybe like a week later, something like that, I was driving around in Sherman Oaks, and I was trying to, specifically I was on the hunt for black lipstick. Because that day I was modeling as Death from the Sandman comics, and yeah, pretty cool for my friend's drawing class, and she wanted me there that night. So anyway, I'm trying to find parking, and I get a call from Mike McFarland, who is the director of Attack on Titan, and he also plays Jean. And by the way, it is Jean, not Jean. Some people are like, Jean! I'm like, no. This is not Outlaw Star, guys. It's Jean. It's Europe. Anyway, so I get this call from him, and I'm like, okay, he's either calling me because I got something or because I didn't. Now, most of the time, directors or casting directors are not going to call you and say, I'm sorry, you didn't get this. Once in a while, they will, though. Once in a while. Well, or email. You know, sometimes they will send you an email saying, hey, we really liked what you did. You were so close, but this other person got it, but we're still going to keep you in mind for other stuff, basically. So I thought, and because Titan is such a huge show, I figured, okay, well, maybe this might be an exception of when a director does that. So he calls me, and I pull over, and he says, what you doing? And I'm just like, oh, just trying to find black lipstick, whatever. And he says, okay, well, so I was talking to the casting directors, and I said, okay, and he says, and they've decided that they want you to play Annie. Again, you guys, I hadn't seen Titan. So at the time, I was like, oh, cool! That's awesome, yay! I was just happy to be a part of it. And he's like, have you seen the show? I'm like, no. Do you know anything about the show? No. Well, let me tell you a little bit about Annie. And there are no spoilers, don't worry, but then he says, you know, and he's like thinking about it for a few seconds, because he doesn't want to spoil it, and he says, she starts out as a side character. And I'm like, okay. And he says, but she gets a lot bigger later. Yeah, but see, at the time, I didn't get that.
Oh, I don't get it.
Like, don't try to figure it out. So then I was like, oh, that's totally fine, cool, awesome, I don't care, that's totally fine, yay. And he said, okay, so, you know, we set up the recording times, whatever. So the first time I went out to Texas to record it, we recorded up to episode 6, I believe, something like that. And I'm like, you know, should I watch this or not? And he says, well, you can watch it if you want, but I want you to only watch up until episode 13, because after episode 13, that's when the spoilers come in. So don't watch past episode 13. I said, okay, whatever. That shouldn't be too difficult. So I go home and get on my little, my little Netflix, and I look up Attack on Titan. And I start the episode, and for those of you who have seen Titan, there's no stopping once you start it. No. There's no stopping. So I watched episode 1, and I was like, oh my god, this is so good! And so it was coming up to episode 13, and I'm just sitting there saying to myself, God, I hope I hate this show so I don't have to, you know, yeah, because I don't want to go past it. So finally, I'm texting Mike throughout the whole thing, like with the OMGs and the OMG, like what, especially like at the end of episode 6, I think it is, you know, like what? So he is enjoying this, laughing his butt off, and then I finally get to episode 13, and I'm like, Mike, I can't stop. I have to go on. Please let me go on. And he's like, if you want to, that's totally fine. I'm letting you know. And then he stopped himself and he's like, you know what? No, actually, you should go and watch the whole thing. Because the experience that you're going to get is not the same that you're going to get in the booth. You're going to have the same experience that the audience did. And so you should definitely go and watch it. So, again, without any spoilers, there were a lot of WTF moments. There were a lot of OMG moments. And the moment that I know you guys know what I'm talking about, the moment I was like, oh, I get the pun now. And so yeah, that basically was my introduction to Attack on Titan. Yay.
Now I want to know.
Exactly.
I know.
I know.
I mean,
You know what they're talking about?
Well, I haven't. We only watched
we've
only watched 3 episodes. 3 episodes.
I feel
it's on
bad because
Netflix.
I
know.
did not have to wait.
I heard it was like a really good anime, but you know that's people.
So,
I don't know what you'll think about it.
We should have brought our tripod.
I know. You know, maybe we'll do that next
time.
time.
Binge watching it.
no, I know. Dear Stephanie, happy birthday to you! Yay! That's exactly what you were going to ask for, wasn't it?
Yes.
We're out of
I was
TJ.
gonna ask if you guys could say happy birthday in your Skullgirl voices, because they're literally my favorite characters.
Oh yeah, you go first, Christine. Like anything specific or just as William?
Like
Oh,
a
happy
personal
birthday.
happy birthday message from Philly and Squiggly.
Happy birthday, Stephanie! It's so exciting that you're turning a year older. It's good to be out. Oh, by the way, happy birthday, Stephanie. Oh, Leviathan, you can say it too.
I can't do William, but I concur. I don't know what you are. I'm sorry, but it's dude. How tall are you? That is so cool. I was gonna say, don't flick me off. I want to get a picture of you, but then I gotta ask you to sit down because we're still doing our panel. But let me take a picture of you, because that's awesome. Yay! 1 second. 1 second. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. That's awesome.
Yay!
Can anybody tell me who he is? See, they don't even know. You're giving me crap, and they don't even know.
You're Kamari, but you're not
Oh, it's okay, sweetie. We still love you. You're furry.
The hell did you say?
Video
What did
game?
you say?
I saw something really
Tell him.
tall walking by the window, and I'm like, is that a really tall thing? Oh, yes, it is. Okay, questions, because we are almost out of time. We have like 3 more minutes.